Yes, nice. Good.
Welcome back then to the Chris Carter Radio Show, the sixth and final night of our show, and it's been fabulous so far, and we've got even more superstars to talk to. Will you welcome, please, Marty Moates and Rick Burgett. Now, Marty, you perhaps are aware that I am a conceited, arrogant man, but I managed to put my foot in it.
You're English,
with,
right?
It's not that, excuse me. Look, I'm trying to be nice here. I don't have to be nice. Just I made a complete fool of myself last time by not being aware of your business interests in a very fine company called No Fear. So, having got that little job out of the way, I'm going to be able to obviously drop myself deeply in the manure with Rick Burgett, who I know nothing about. So we'll try and not say anything too stupid. Marty, you were the first man to win a US MotoGP.
Right, we had the US Grand Prix at Carlsbad, and it was the 10th year. No American ever won it. And I was a privateer, and Yamaha backed. That was one of the first satellite teams, like the 125 team you saw out there today. And home track, great bikes, and everything went, and I won both motos.
Who did you whoop? Who did you beat?
Well, I beat all the Gary Jones, and it was Roger DeCoster, and Brad Lackey, and Hakan Karlquist, and Mal Herbie, all these world champs. And then again, there's 18 guys that Yamaha brought out here, and I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. I just was the fortunate guy that was the first, and born in San Diego, and loved this country, and loved riding dirt bikes.
You're just playing to the crowd now, we'll bring you down. How did the two legs go? How did the races go? Did you make the whole shot and they all fall off, or what?
You know, it was kind of funny because they changed the rule after that, and they changed the rule about double jumps in Europe too because of me, but there was concrete, and everybody was putting sweeping the concrete so they could, get traction on the concrete. Well, I didn't graduate high school because Marty Trax told me to come out here in Florida with him, and I did. So I put about 4 inches of dirt down because I thought the dirt was better traction. Well, I got both hole shots, so they changed that rule. Now you can't do that. So I got both hole shots, and I led for about 20 minutes, and it's a 45-minute race, so it was kind of long, and I fell down. I'm like, oh my goodness, but you know what? Born and raised in Southern California, and the fans got behind me, and they kind of wished me on, and I got back to the lead and won the first moto.
In many ways, that's one of the good things about motocross, because you're so close to the crowd that you can get, in road racing, you're a little bit remote, aren't you? So the crowd can do a lot for you.
You can kind of hear it a little bit, but it's not the same, because there's some pictures where I fell. The fence fell over because people were falling over onto me, and luckily they didn't touch the bike because then you get disqualified. But even in the second moto, Brad Lackey was going for the World Championship, first time an American would have won a motocross World Championship, and I got butterflies because here he is behind me, and if I would have gotten in, I would have been blackballed. They would kick me out of this country. So I kind of moved over. He passed me, and everything was happening for me that day because I'm like, why is he going so slow? So I passed him back, and I pulled about a 7-second lead, and he fell over. And then I'm like, oh my God, did I knock him over? So it wasn't until I came around the next lap and Brad gave me the thumbs up that I realized that this day, for some reason, was mine.
It was your day.
That's
yeah, right. Now, the other thing I've got to ask you before I start talking to Rick is that what I don't understand, and I understand this is America and it's the land of the free and so forth, but I don't understand how you can have the audacity to come and have your expenses paid by Yamaha when you're probably in a company big enough to buy them. This seems to me outrageous.
Well, I don't think we're that big, but I was fortunate enough when I quit racing, and both times I had a child, I thought I had to do something serious, so I quit racing. And then after the first time I realized that I couldn't make any money not racing, so I went back. I'm getting ready to adopt a baby son this month, so I don't know what I'm going to do now, but thank you. We've already named it Dakota. We've been trying for 4 or 5 years, and it's going to be a proud moment for us. But that's my wife. My wife couldn't come. But out of the blue, one day I looked and I was working 80, 90 hours a week managing car business, and my friend, who was actually my mechanic when I won the USGP, they just started a company called No Fear, and they said, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm just not going to do this anymore. And they said, come on. I go, I don't know anything about clothing. The next thing you know, we lived in a warehouse for almost 3 years. lived on the t-shirt shelves. You know, got up every morning, went to the gym to work out, to take a shower, basically. The workout was just because we wanted to take a shower. And, you know, it turned into a $100 million company. And it was like lots of mamas, a few babies, and we started Spy, a sunglass company, and it's doing great too.
That's excellent. Who thinks up the great slogans on the t-shirt?
We've got a lot of people, and it's not me. I mean, I thought the older I get, the better I was.
What's up, the older you get? That's a nice
it's what you think about.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot of young, energetic people, and again, the older you get, you need these people to tell what the kids want, because we don't know anymore.
Fashions change so quick, don't they? Rick, let's have a chat to you.
Yeah.
Okay, hailing from the Pacific Northwest, what on earth does that mean? Where are you from? Why on earth can't they talk English in this country?
Oh, I live up in the rainforest up there in Oregon. Right below Mount Hood and Lumberjack area.
That's your nickname, I gather.
Yeah, that's how I got my nickname. That's where it came from.
Yeah. So, I mean, surely Oregon is not exactly a hotbed of motocross.
No, not really, but I was put into it like when I was 12, and it was called Mud Scrambles.
Yeah.
When the,
you see, good English name, you see. We're now coming back down to the basics.
That's what it was called over there, too.
Absolutely, yes.
And that was like in 65.
Yeah.
I was, 9 years old. And the oldest, closest person my age was 27. There. So, I got my start there and raced every weekend and continued on.
And when did you join Yamaha?
Actually, my first bike was a Yamaha, and no, it was a Suzuki. But my first real race bike was a '69 250 Yamaha, the white tanker. And then I raced Yamaha pretty much, and then I came out and did the Trans Am series and did well there. And when I was I was 19, and that's when Cars Maker, Tim Hart, they were all 25 to 30, and they didn't have no teenagers on their teams, and that's when Yamaha decided they made the first move to start hiring young teenagers, basically, because they saw where it was going. So that's when they hired Bob Hanna and I. That was in '76, and they shipped us here right at January, and we stayed here for 2 months, did the Winter Series. Did very good. Bob won the 500 class that year, and I was right at second. And then the following year I won it up here. But yeah, Yamaha made the first step on the younger kids and all.
Now, you've obviously, like most people who stop racing, you must have put on a pound or two, but you look a big guy anyway. Were you always, were you always big?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And was that a problem? I mean, you watch these motocrossers now, and they're all skinny, puny little wretches.
Wiry guys. Huh?
Yeah, well, something like that, yeah.
Well, back then, the 125s, you had to be at least, I was hurting in the 125 class, but I rode all three classes till I came to Yamaha, so I rode the 250 500s. So they decided I could hold the 500 down better, and I started growing in that area.
Uh-huh. Okay, right, well, the time keeps galloping on. I've still got more people to speak to. I'm sorry to sort of bring you up and not have too long to talk to you. I hope you will come back and speak to me next year, because Yamaha definitely. I hope, Mr. Starr, are you coming back next year with these people?
We hope so, yeah.
Well, we hope so too as well. Thank you very much indeed. Marty Moates and Rick Burgett. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you next year. Thanks for coming by, Rick. Time for us to take another commercial break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time. Please join us then. Okay, next, please. Mike, you're going to come up.